Donald Trump is terrified. He is flailing, and everything that he does immediately backfires last night. He took the Truth Social and challenged Kamala Harris to a debate on Fox News. We talked about this in a previous video, even though that they already have a debate scheduled on ABC, just showing how weak Donald Trump is. And of course, Kamala Harris responded by saying, "We have a debate scheduled. If you really need to run to your friends at Fox, you are clearly too scared to debate me," and that really upset Donald Trump into posting something else on Truth Social. A new attack that is just the most ridiculous claim that he could possibly make about Kamala Harris, which is saying a lot considering the things that he has already said in the past couple of days. But before we get into what Donald Trump most recently posted on Truth Social, and it was just ridiculous, I want to read Kamala Harris's response to Donald Trump asking for a debate on Fox. Kamala clapped back at Trump for wanting a debate on Fox by saying, "It's interesting how anytime any place becomes one specific time, one specific safe place, I'll be there on September 10th. Like he agreed to. I hope to see him there." So Kamala Harris, obviously clapping back at Donald Trump, really triggered him. So he took to Truth Social again, and every time he does that, it just goes so horribly wrong. And he made, like I said, one of the strangest attacks that he possibly could on Kamala Harris. We see this a lot from Donald Trump. He can't talk policy. There's no real attack on her record that he can make Mac. And so he just goes to these very strange personal attacks. And this was one of them. Trump wrote on Truth Social, "Kamala Harris doesn't have the mental capacity to do a real debate against me, scheduled for September 4th in Pennsylvania. She's afraid to do it, because there is no way she can justify her corrupt and open borders, the environmental destruction of our country, the Afghanistan embarrassment, runaway inflation, terrible economy, high interest rates in taxes, and her year-long fight to stop the words, 'Merry Christmas. I'll see her on September 4th,' or 'I won't see her at all.' She is acknowledged to be the worst vice president in history, which works very nicely against the worst president, Joe Biden. The combination of two low IQ individuals have destroyed our country, but we will make America great again." So that strange attack there, calling Kamala Harris a low IQ individual, is something that we will revisit in just a little bit, because an article right now is resurfacing, talking about Donald Trump's IQ, and I know it'll crack you up. So stick around for that. But again, Donald Trump making ridiculous claims about Kamala Harris's record that clearly aren't true. And we know Donald Trump's record as president, it was a complete failure. Kamala Harris has actually been one of the most historically successful vice president, and same with Joe Biden as president. So these attacks really fall flat. But Donald Trump continued this strange personal attack against Kamala Harris about her low IQ, which is again just such a stupid thing from Donald Trump to say. He continued it in another Truth Social post that we're going to check out, like crooked Joe Biden, who has weaponized government against his political opponent, Kamala Harris, is a low IQ individual who cannot compete with the leaders of other countries. The USA doesn't stand a chance of greatness. Again, with these low intellects in charge, she doesn't even want to debate me on September 4th. Like Sleepy Joe before her, she can't put two sentences together. It's so funny to me that Donald Trump keeps on bringing up this debate. Like he is not actively trying to back out of one right now, even suing ABC to try to get out of this debate. But I love that he ends it by saying that Kamala Harris can't put two sentences together. Now, we watch a lot of Donald Trump rallies on this show, and I think we know that Donald Trump is the one who can't even put one sentence together, unless that sentence is talking about Hannibal Lecter or sharks. And so because of that, because of this claim, Donald Trump has made an article, has resurfaced online, talking about Donald Trump's mental capacity. And it's really just funny. And so let's get into it. Donald Trump speaks at a 4th grade level, lowest of the last 15 US presidents. New analysis finds President Donald Trump, who boasted over the weekend that his success in life was built on being, like, really smart, communicates at the lowest grade level of the last 15 presidents, according to a new analysis of speech patterns of presidents going back to Herbert Hoover. The analysis assessed the first 30,000 words each president spoke in office and ranked them on the Flesch-Kincaid grade level scale, and more than 24 other common tests analysing English language difficulty levels. Trump clocked in around mid-4th grade. The worst since Harry Truman, who spoke at a nearly 6th grade level. Trump has been swinging back. Hard against, on the record allegations in Michael Wolff's bombshell new book that members of his own team called him dumb and a dope in quotes by every metric and methodology, tested Donald Trump's vocabulary and grammatical structure is significantly more simple and less diverse than any president since Herbert Hoover. When measuring off-script words, that is, words far less likely to have been written in advance, for the speaker fact-based CEO Bill Fring wrote the gap between Trump and the next closest president is larger than any other gap using Flesch-King. Cade, statistically speaking, there is a significant gap. Every accusation from Donald Trump against another individual is an admission of how he feels about himself. Donald Trump is so insecure that everything he knows is true about himself. He tries to project onto other people. That's why he says Joe Biden is the worst president in history, when in fact scholars have deemed Donald Trump the worst president in history. That's why he says Joe Biden is using the DOJ to go after his political opponents, because Donald Trump wants to use the DOJ to go after his political opponents. And that's why he's saying Kamala Harris is a low IQ individual, which anyone who ever says that someone else is a low IQ individual is not a bigger giveaway in the world that that person isn't very smart. And of course, we know that to be incredibly true of Donald Trump. So he's making these accusations not only because he is so insecure, not only because he is a narcissist, and it's the only way to protect his cognitive dissonance that makes him think he's this strong, smart, successful guy, and not a complete failure. A historical failure, but it's also because he knows his cognitive abilities are taking a nosedive right now. You know, psychologists and psychiatrists, and we've discussed this on the show, are chronicling how Donald Trump is really just losing his mind lately and becoming even more deranged, and finally the media is talking about it, and I'm sure that really scares Donald Trump. And our friends at the Lincoln Project put together a great ad calling out Donald Trump's decline, and I want to check it out.
Old, weak.
Many don't feel he is fit.
Sick, tired.
Too old to serve.
Stammering, slurring.
He was ranting and raving.
Slipping, forgetting.
And the guy just kept getting confused.
Slow.
Panic has certainly set in.
You know which politician we're talking about, right? Oh, you thought it was about Joe Biden?
Venezuela, it's unbelievable.
Is he all right?
Let's think about some more words. Liar.
I have absolutely no idea who this woman is.
Criminal. Rapist.
I'm here because Donald Trump raped me.
Scammer.
I can say very clearly President Trump is a liar.
Con man. Gross. Vain.
I don't care about you, I just want your vote.
Cruel.
You are a rude, terrible person.
Disgusting. Creep. You know exactly who we're talking about.
You won't have to vote anymore.
Don't you?
It is time that the media talks about Donald Trump's cognitive decline. We need to have this discussion because if Donald Trump is too scared to debate, not enough people are going to see it. And another thing that is not going to happen, if Donald Trump and Kamala Harris don't debate, unfortunately, which I think Kamala Harris will show up to any opportunity she can debate with Donald Trump, because she can beat him anytime. Any place she'll wipe the floor with him in a debate. But why it's so important is because we need to create the policy contrast between these two. And Kamala Harris did a great job laying out that case against Donald Trump in a recent speech in which he was talking about Project 2025. So let's check that out.
He and his extreme Project 2025 agenda will weaken the middle class. Like, we know we got to take this seriously. And can you believe they put that thing in writing? Read it. It's 900 pages. But here's the thing. When you read it, you will see Donald Trump intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and make working families foot the bill. They intend to end the Affordable Care Act and take us back then to a time when insurance companies had the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. Remember what that was like? Children with asthma, women who survived breast cancer, grandparents with diabetes. America has tried these failed economic policies before, but we are not going back.
This is the argument that we need Kamala Harris making on a debate stage in which she would completely destroy Donald Trump. And I really look forward to seeing that. And I do think no matter what, KLA Harris will show up to any opportunity to debate Donald Trump because she knows she'll win. And she knows even more so than just what would be spoken on that debate stage. What we could clearly see with our own eyes is a dementing Donald Trump in the fresh new face of the Democratic Party. That is Kamala Harris. And this age issue has become so important in this presidential race that that alone could actually swing voters. And we're already seeing it. Do it do. So Republicans in small numbers, but slowly growing, are starting to move over to Kamala Harris, recent polling. And so she has the momentum, she has the excitement, and she has the ability to wash Donald Trump in a debate. And I'm really looking forward to that. And if you are as well, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, you join what we are building on this channel, and if you like these videos, leave a like. It would really mean a lot to me. And as we recently passed 100,000 subscribers, I wanted to create a new special exclusive membership on this show. If you all want to support me, you want to support this show. I am a college student, so the support really does go a long way. You can hit that join button and become an exclusive member. And until next time, I'll see you soon.